abusuafo come home na yema counselor akwaba kokra. Auntie Valerie, I'm suffering a broken heart right now. I've been with this lady for the past 6 years, and the reason why we are not married is that her auntie is working on a Canada move for her through some arranged marriage, so we need to wait for that to go through before we can go ahead with ours. Lately, things are hard for me. I'm facing so many challenges, and it has affected me in so many ways, even about my personality. I have explained things to her. Now, we started way back in uni, got through national service, and just when we decided to do something, this opportunity came through. Now, she's told me categorically that she has lost interest in the relationship and has considered leaving. I asked if we could fix things, but she says there is nothing she can do. Yesterday, I asked her if she has somebody that is better than me. That is why she doesn't seem bothered to fix things. She found that as an allegation and told me that if I'm accusing her of cheating, then she's definitely going to call it quits. She complained about how my sexual drive has gone down, and I don't let her feel good like I used to. Now, in the last 6 years, she's known me, and she knows very well that I am capable as to doing everything that I have to do. It's just that all these things that's happening has affected me psychologically, and that I needed time for her to stay with me, find myself, and bounce back strongly. She's not ready to let things work out. My problem is I love her. We never had any problem. I've helped her progress through the ranks of life, supported and been there for her, even including she learning how to drive. We had plans for marriage, but I'm disappointed and surprised this is happening now. I'm ready to take her back if she decides to come back. Counselor, what do I do in this situation?
Well, say man can have a plan, but God is the one that decides how the plan comes to pass.
Most definitely.
And so there, we should also understand that in all our ways, we should acknowledge Him so that He directs our path.
Sure.
What we say, I've already said it, and I'm going to emphasize on it once again to say that your relationship, it ends up in marriage. Let's get this thing right too. Some of the relationships, if it is worked out well and it is managed well, handled well, yes, it will do our day. It depends on the two people that has probably made up their mind that nothing is going to stop us. These are two people. So mentally, emotionally, spiritually, empire, they've made up their mind that regardless of what we face, we meet the challenges of life. So it do our deal. But once one or the other party encounter challenges, they can just suddenly decide to change their decision, because sometimes you see, when you love based on failing, situations around you can touch that emotional, pleasure that makes you feel like any article. That is why people can go like because love is more than a feeling. I've said it several times that love is based on decision, and it's not by how you feel. If you keep failing it, something can change it.
True.
Now, let me go straight to the point. Number one, they've dated for 6 years. Beautiful. Number two, things are not right now. Because number one, it looks like guy now you be there, but the guy is not really firm. Financial on your firm.
Right.
It looks like Abrabomuno. He's not too much organized.
Right.
This is a young, beautiful lady. Opportunity about Canada.
Yeah.
And she feels like, me to me no here intra. Me to me intra. Me to me no trans. Already 6 years has gone down to the drain, and nothing good has come out of it. Now, so be by call to Canada. Now, some man call Canada now. How many years is left ahead of us? Because still you are not well organized.
Right.
Ghana, there we share there in your mapa. Can I do chacha? Now me ko to chacha na unfair. So she has suddenly turned around to make a decision that suits her, and she's telling you that number one, I choose Canada than you. Number two, already the love I have for you is gone. Is she lying? Is she pretending? Or she's real? When the woman looks straight into the eyes of a man and she tells you that the love I have for you is gone, there is nothing you can do to bring back the love. And so what am I saying to this gentleman? What I'm saying is that, gentleman, let it go. Counselor, it looks as if you don't have that. It's painful. But you see, it will be more good for you to let her go now than to pay the price when you are of old age.
True.
Because sometimes what we don't allow to go becomes a burden to us tomorrow when we are rather wishing it goes and it doesn't go.
Right.
You understand? Yeah. So we should see life in a bigger picture. Say, no, Charlie, I don't know, so on me, my yeah, so on me. Already, Canada by and watch, let's say, I choose Canada because I think I have a better future there. She's not even saying, I think Canada will help us. So let me go, put things together, and then come for you. She's not even talking about you. So you are not part of her plans. When she's looking at the future, she doesn't see you in the future of her picture. So therefore, what you got to do is that, work out. So if the guy sent the message and he's trying to still let it work, we want him to know that, gentleman, it will not work. The lady is looking at Canada. She's thinking about herself, not us. Her, me. So once somebody starts identifying herself as an individual, me, then you should know that you are not part of their future.
True.
Number two, she's been bold enough to tell you that then you are saying, is there anything I can do to, activate it, bring it back? And she's telling you, no, please let go. What you don't love, you can't force it. Because love does not come by force. It's a natural feeling.
So in the situation this woman decides to come back, what does the gentleman do?
The guy is not still safe. Anytime in his point, anytime in his life, this lady at a point getting another better opportunity can decide to choose that opportunity to drop. Yeah, we shouldn't joke with love issues. We should not joke at all. When somebody chooses Canada and tell you that I don't love you again, I choose Canada, I'm going to Canada, and then go, Kuchinchia, Canada, visa and they are bouncing. Baby, so the coaching or share the boss of Warren. Now she comes back. Brother, you are still not safe. One day, Osenya America. Catch us on one with two, but don't want the tuko. By na injai. So for me, once a lady becomes a threat to your proposal, a threat to your love, a threat to your future, please let her go and secure your surrounding and focus on yourself.
Auntie Valerie, I would want to talk to counselor about this situation. Make kind the next story. Now, there's the first story. No, na you CCA and Chebia and na counselor Mahu for 20 chairman. Senior counselor Kano na also wabrabono. Udia 2 years no who say wabano. Why na dreno na why na drain pepepe. Yen kind the next story na ye fantoa. So Auntie Valerie, our relationship went through a tough time last year, and it ended. So the whole issue is, he cheated on me, and he didn't lie about it. When I asked him, which I so much appreciate, I told him I have forgiven him, that we should move on with our relationship. The issue didn't hit me at that time till a month after. I started thinking about it and crying whenever I was alone, and I wasn't getting over it, but I didn't tell him because I was protecting his feelings. So I decided to shift my attention on something else. And at that time, my colleague from junior high and I were planning a reunion, and I was part of the committee. So I put all my energy into that, kept on moving up and down with the guys. Then there was this particular person I was kind of close to in the committee. My relationship with this person didn't end after the reunion. We're still in touch, and it got to a point where my ex, that was then my boyfriend, didn't like it. I told him I wasn't going to end my friendship with the guy because I like him and he's a nice person. So he was very angry about it. And because I got closer to my friend, I started developing feelings for him too. So when my boyfriend, now my ex, asked me about it, I told him, and it made matters worse. He kept asking if I wanted to break up, and I kept saying no. The fact that I am having mixed feelings didn't mean I was going to leave him for the other person, but he didn't listen. He felt insulted because he was in a relationship with me and someone else was getting my attention. Meanwhile, we have been in that situation before, and this time I was the one at the receiving end. He liked another girl, and he didn't mind whether I was with him or not. He would be on the phone with her for minutes, close to an hour or more, and I would just be there. But I never told him I felt insulted. And when the tables turned, he didn't like it. So finally, he says, I have made him lost interest in the relationship. So we broke up. I kept telling him I wasn't going to be with the other person. I tried getting closer to him at least so I can tell him how much I love him and wanted my relationship back. But he kept pushing me away, so I stopped. But almost every month, I tried to get closer, and I kept asking if he was going to give me another chance, and he told me the answer is false. Then I decided not to give up on him. So this year, I told him I miss him, and I asked a few questions, which he told me our relationship is now a secondary matter to him. I told him I still love him. He says he doesn't want me back. Counselor, I love him. What do I do?
So you're still talking about the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, sister. Love must be protected and guided. Other than that, it will just go off your hands. But though I need to protect the love we share together. Because what do, and you say you see our share good marketing.
Yeah.
If you don't protect it, not on bo, and our fancy baby in that chair, now that is you. So then I'm trying to tell people that so do be is not enough because anything can happen. Number two, this is a guy that has gone to cheat on the fiancé.
Right.
Because they are not married yet.
Yes, please.
And then the guy was bold enough to tell the lady that me cheating. And the lady is matured enough to say, "Media chill." But the problem with the lady is that she still decided to bottle the pain. This is where the problem started. When you are in a relationship and you are not actually comfortable, and I want to repeat, please, don't worry. When you are in a relationship and you are not comfortable with something, voice out, speak out. Don't bottle it. Don't pretend as if all is well. Because you see, the more you bottle the bitterness,
thank you,
the more you develop anger. And when anger is blast, see what you become. And I've seen a lot of people in relationships change, becoming who they are never. They are not. They never dreamed to be. Now they are like that because what they are experiencing in this present relationship is making them change. To be because I don't know, guy na menene wo no, lady na menene wo no. Why would somebody change you to become worse of yourself? Worse version of yourself when you were far better. It's me problem. And with the lady, and he said, you don't but to, you see, she said something. I think that her love, I don't know how she describes her love. Or say, I was looking at his feeling. I didn't want to hurt his feeling. And so for him to feel like a man, for him to feel like forgiveness is made easy. Let me say, yes, I forgive you. Play around him, make him feel comfortable so that he will still be a man of no. Look, when somebody offends you and you pretend to forgive, you are still living under pretense. You can't go free. Why I hurt you? No? You can pretend and say, maybe I chill. But anytime, sometimes you see them and you remember the act, it creates another picture. And once that picture comes into mind, asavato.
Right.
So that pretense, I want people to stop. We don't want you to feel, we don't want to feel, why you are there, menya ha ha, menya hoo. Sit them down and solve this issue amicably. Sit down and talk about it, but make sure you add respect to it.
Right.
Conflicts must be solved with respect. It may not be kasawadi and you buso, but me pretending you media show from me. See me actually forget. Oh yes, I join yes. So me this hard time. No, you can't be people from no, because the more you pretend, the more you live in pain. And don't ever satisfy the other party to make them feel better when you are getting rotten. Don't do that. Number two, Once you are in bitterness, you start looking for somebody who can understand you and make you feel better. Now, in that angle, you will not see it. You start looking for somebody who can listen to you. Sorry, pay attention to you, understand you, have that understanding. You see, me need be king or no better masi. We me person me hete. We no show us why mature kakra. Koyo, would him say me kwame or fambechi. So what a woman like you, or say was bad is okay, fashion. Every clever, smart guy, when you start complaining of your guy to them, they don't tell you jaro. They go like fashion or any part, they are very fine. And then suddenly your emotions and your intellect tells you that, what, this guy is matured. Wow. Wow.
My God.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at him. Hey, he's just telling me I should forgive, let go. Like, no, I think the guys, these are the guys we want around us. These are the guys. So where have you been? A guy like you, my God. And then this guy can look at you and tell you that a woman like you, this guy shouldn't cheat on you because you don't deserve. But oh, I don't know, some men, some of us, but life there, Charlie Fatcher natural. If somebody tells you that he can treat you better in a nice way, but the nyaba, how do you go? Now, gradually, once you keep finding confidence, and the person becomes your confidence, right? Confidence. You find confidence in him. Yeah. And then also you can trust them with your issues, matters of the heart. Sister, tell me, at the point you realize that your communication skill goes to them more than whoever you think you are dating. Who you spend time with, who you talk to more in a day determines where your heart is.
True.
Whoever you spend time with, you talk with, the more you talk to them, the more your heart goes there. The more you spend time with them, the more your heart goes there. And so gradually, this lady should understand that. So it's like, I like you, but I love you. I like you, but I love you. Should Kwame Kasson Pemikra, it's okay. This guy is even single. I can move on. And Basa, no, you become indecisive.
True.
You can't make good decisions. Now, to conclude, now this guy says that at the look of things, if you choose this guy than me, then I think that we should call it a quit. And then you stand and say, listen, I am not ready to let him go. For me, he's my friend. But for you, I think you are seeing something else. Or you are thinking from another angle that, or you're a boy. If you saw a boy, you're fine, but we don't share. And I'm Mrs. Swami. So this guy as a man, remember, with our pride, you are trying to tell us that you choose him than me. And you're quiet. And now you are saying that still open. Also feel he say, send me an aquati amokasa na 12. Why a mobile kobo chatting in ye baby, ye darling, ye love, ye emoji kiss you. But the way you spend time with him tells me that Charlie, you are too much into the guy than me.
They become more intimate.
No man can sit and look at something he loves, something he appreciates, and then another man is enjoying it. No man. And I keep saying this, no man. Then what I'm saying is that the guy is saying we are calling it off simply because it's like two guys are running one woman.
Yeah.
For him, whether true or false, he sees it already. He has made up his mind.
Yeah.
So it's like if I say I'm going off, then you can make a decision that okay, if you love me, I'm coming for you and leave this guy. But the lady is saying that I love him, but this guy too, I'm not letting go. Right. So what are you doing with two men? Decide what you want. At this point, I'm not the one to make decision for her. At this point, she is the one to make a strong decision to choose one. Either I go for my friend,
right? Because
I feel comfortable with my friend, according to your word, that on sale pay, or you claim to love this one. Just move on, go love him, and then go off. Because I be a baby so on pay. But Ufiri said this guy is becoming too possessive, authoritative, and then it wants to keep you for himself, for you not to have your freedom. So, Maninko, and then focus on this guy. So for me, she's at the turning point where she must make a decision and decide, I go for a friend or I go for a lover. Thank you.
The guy is not even willing and ready to even want to be in a relationship with her anymore. Send what kind of the egoistic nature of that gentleman.
Yeah.
Into Siciano, Obano Epe, Abrantiano, or also say no, there is no coming back. She's asking, is there something she could do just to change the mindset of this person.
The only thing she can do is to stop this guy. That is why this guy is behaving like that. Right. So like a member is running one girl, and all your attention is here.
Okay.
Whether I'm treating you good or not. So like all the attention I'm about, and I'm a me day. Jabi de me be my own. Sabi. Be the be answer, and I'm be my phone. And they're quiet. It once she decide that akwe me man akọ, okay, mama me call. They say I'm back. I'm sorry, but this guy can open the hands and say, okay, let's start again. Right. But I don't want that. Right. But I think that we also, the lady finds security here in terms of trusting this guy with issues that matters in life. And then I think that this guy is more playful, very open. We on Tessa, where is
very strict
principle to get you comfortable. So like I'm still saying, every decision is on the lady.
Every decision is on the lady. Right. Let me read the third story and we're going to take it from there. It says, Auntie Valerie, please, I would want to know from counselor's own view if I am doing or taking the right decision. Now, I have dated this girl for the past 7 good years. And after 7 years, Auntie Valerie, this lady is everything to me. She means the world to me. I have tried my possible best just to accommodate certain things because I believe that this is somebody that I get to spend the rest of my life with. 7 years down the line, I have realized that this woman doesn't have what we call boundaries. She relates with everybody the same, including that of her office folks and everybody that surrounds her. There are people that she associates with. I have told her countless times. And sometimes she comes through with more like a repentant self, but later on goes back to the exact thing that I have been complaining about. A man who loves a woman. I tried my possible best to make sure that this woman does grow just so I would be able to continue to do this life journey with her. Now, 7 years down, in our 7th year, I got her pregnant. And she told me that she didn't want the baby. I felt it was good news for us because this alone will propel us and push us to making our family and our home a better place. But she told me she wasn't ready psychologically, emotionally, physically for a baby. And therefore, she wants to get rid of it. Auntie Valerie, I cried my heart out. I didn't know what to do. Moreover, I'm not the one carrying the baby. So then I didn't want to look as though I was imposing my will on this woman. So eventually, we decided. I went with her straight to the hospital and we got rid of the baby. After we did that, Auntie Valerie, this lady doesn't talk to me anymore. Her attitude towards me have changed. It's as though she doesn't want this anymore. I got a counsel that told me that after that act, everything concerning the person who brought her that pain irritates the individual. So then I should understand her situation and tend to give her time. Auntie Valerie, she wouldn't call me. Believe you me, for a week, if I don't pick up a phone to call her, there is no way she's calling me back. I love this woman so much, and I would want to spend the rest of my life with her. But the way and manner she's going about things is scary. Do I believe and trust that such a woman can be one I can build a home and family with? Counselor.
Right, so, they are not married yet?
Yes, please.
They are still courting.
Right.
I'm going to take it from 2 angles.
Okay.
The first one is that if you are not ready to raise a child, don't have sex.
Thank you.
And I want to look straight to the camera and say this.
Thank you.
So, because we've made mistakes.
True.
And I repeat, we have made, including me.
Thank you.
We've made silly mistakes. Men, listen, we've made mistakes, including me. And I'm repeating me. We've made mistakes. We go to have sex, we enjoy. And when they come to tell us they are pregnant for us, we suddenly change our character and attitude. And then we start behaving as if we never knew them. And we don't even know them. In fact, we don't even remember the day we had sex with them. And some men can decide not to pick your call. They can decide to avoid you from that very day. And then suddenly they become very disciplined. Simply because they feel like Sabi, as a nyanza, I mean, as I said, I'll be now more by as a you lose man when you're serious. So then I sit here to say, if you're not ready for a child, don't have sex.
Don't have sex. Right.
Then let me pick it. Number 2. Minimum maybe once they get pregnant for you, emotionally, they become more connected to you.
Right.
Hey, because they feel like your seed is in them.
Right.
And so it is not easy for them. Now, when it comes to the level of abase, you're ready to abortion. Am I, certifying abortion? No.
No.
But I could do pempe so be say, okay, Bema is on here ready. And our band is on here ready. Sorry. Sorry, family. It was say abortion.
Right.
The woman suddenly changes. I'm telling you, mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. The reason is that it's like, look at you. This thing I'm going to do is going to cost my life.
Right.
And should it cost my life, where would you be? So emotionally, every woman watching me will bear witness to that. That once they get pregnant for you and they are to do abortion, they start hating. It's like, if you know you were also not ready, then why did you put it in a role like that?
Right.
It's like, you are not serious. It's like you are so selfish. Now, a lot of women can decide that after that, why you are the beam. Because they feel like you are not the responsible man. Marry me now. Obaby also Jack Toronto. Onyem 98. Obeyi 99.
My God.
They are all nyem here crown. You are still a baby.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
I know Jack Rasta love you. They don't care.
On a level, only a serious level.
They don't care.
My God.
Onyem no be abortion na ma.
Sure.
Ebe krombo wa mane. Obe pen drobi ki kabo no I can mention any name. No I na ade still do. Odo boss obe chiro say my man be bleed 1 week ni twa to boy twa beba na wasan crash so. Oti you different kind of, obo also onyema onyida.
We are a day.
Dabi. Oka say ujiska kwa abortion. What is kind man na no adwane ko ni kuru. Obaba no de akola na eba. Onyi. So
it's true.
So I'm trying to say we have different kinds.
Right.
Obo after abortion, they want to break up with you because they feel like what hano. And yet, what? This is the first time, especially those people.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't want to see you again. You know you are not responsible. I don't care. I'm ready for you. So, this guy is ready. Now you are telling me that you are not ready. We will say, now excuse me, it's like nonsense. What is that? Are you serious? No, this guy, to hear that pain of that promises you made, and because of that, she took that risk.
Right.
So, looking at this lady, the gentleman who wrote the message is saying that, on you be a year of a year abortion, and you're guy in a man, lady, the reason is that the lady felt like we are not ready.
Right.
It's not about I'm not ready.
Okay.
Right. Jack. So because make you cry, you be harbor free.
Jesus.
Me answer me sha. 1 year is it antenna? Yeah, you when you ma kukui. 1 year we do it ya. Every cry na we show ba no ye adwuma kakra. Be ma na adwuma ndum pempen so a ekoba say if the lady want to keep the pregnancy, this gentleman can push to the next level. For us not to put ourselves into stress, anxiety, frustration and depression.
Right.
Jack, I want to take it off. Now imagine the guy stood on his feet with cash. Said, listen, 9 months I'm ready. I want to go see your family.
I am ready.
I'm telling you, I want to go and see your family. I don't care.
What
the shame and the disgrace. This is money. I have $10,000 right now. Sure. I'm going to. I have 20,000. I have this and that. Look, let's do something now. Maybe we didn't go and say, do you think the lady will just walk and say, no. The entire walk away on one laws and rules and regulations. Someone want to say, Jack, unibi. Edu young koda di awa holding.
Sure.
But man, unibi. To be so me. We are not saying that Okaso be in a yadepa. But she made the decision because of her future now with this guy. It will help. Now, Nina na maya na buano unibi.
Yeah.
We say outside you say keep.
Yeah.
One ever no. Shabo way. Bema say kra wa year we kra say it work me ba it work me ba me yapa me kai say me no nyem no kuna na me yadwa. I love you so much that I wanted to have children with you. Oh, children with who? What are you going to use to take? We don't take care of children by positive confession. We take care of rich children with money.
Money.
A righteous man leaves inheritance for his children. It's not a joke. Don't let me interpret this scripture. A righteous man leaves inheritance. Master, you live it. You work hard. You make it happening. And yet, maybe some I am a plan. Me will not me better me plan on better so. You are. It again. When Yeshua said she looked at the future and saw that the pain that is coming, I can bear. Now, right after the abortion, the guy's attitude towards the abortion and the victim can decide to put her off or activate her.
Okay.
In some quality the baby after the abortion.
Okay.
The behavior or the better. The obey here it's like you buy abortion so no, this guy I don't think he's serious. I think I'm wasting my time. Send me beam. Na clutch is open so at the look of things. Kopiska. Na be worry me. If you are not serious, let me be. Because if you could have one son,
that's on period.
Thank you. And son, I beg you, remember 2 or 3 or 4 be about around that pressure be under ban to the interest. Because looking at you for 3, 4, 5 years, I don't see any little improvement. That gives us as a sign. Let's say you are making a move.
Sure.
But if there is no move, I mean, what do you expect from an abortion patient? And so for me, I think that the lady is out of the game.
Okay.
The gentleman should just focus on himself, go look for a work to do, organize himself, bounce back better. Over to sister, no worry. Now you can be a man. But for now, I think that she's off because she looks at your input and she thinks that you cannot be a father.
Okay. So now she looks at your input and realizes that you can't be a father.